Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I've got another packed video for you guys tonight. So again, grab your popcorn because it's going to be a while. I'm trying to wrap up a whole bunch of orders that I have so I can move on to the other things that I had planned. So I'm trying to combine them into videos together without being 2 hours long. So one person, Shelly Donovan, ordered these two things. So she wants this jar that everybody loves. I've done this one so many times now, but she wants it a little different. She wants it in blue, which is going to be gorgeous. And she also wants the dolphins, which I'll pour clear, of course, but I think this time I'm going to put the mica powder on the dolphins to see what it looks like. And I picked out the Let's Resin blue, and it's like a blue purple shift. So we'll see what it looks like and then back that with black to see how that comes out and how hard it is to clean in there and everything else. And then Barbara, again, when I sent her the pictures from yesterday's video of the little unicorn she wanted, she goes, "Oh my God, that's so cute. Can you make me one in pink and blue?" So of course I can. So we're going to mix mica powder pink and pigment blue and clear in here and see how that turns out. And then I'm going to work on her other fourth coaster, and I chose red wine glitter for this one. And then we will be top coating both of these together. So those four will be finished for her. So I have not top coated this one from yesterday yet. So that is on the list. This holds 10, this holds 8. This is probably 2.5, another 5. We're going to mix it up, split it, get it in the vacuum chamber. You know the routine, guys. Let's go. I almost forgot. I need to put this on to these dolphins before we begin. Let's just see. I thought maybe this eyeshadow applicator would work a little bit better as far as keeping it in one spot and not making too big of a mess. But I don't know. We'll see. It's just going to take me a few minutes, so I will probably fast forward you here. And then I will mix up the resin, split it, and put it in the vacuum chamber to get all the bubbles out. Especially this one. I don't want any bubbles in this one because it's clear. That might be one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of clear resin, because I hate bubbles and I don't want to see them. I don't know. Anyway, it'll be good. The last one, I did a couple of these already for orders that were exactly the same as the first one I did on video, and none of them had bubbles in them, so we'll get it. I mixed 24 ounces. I did it by hand because I think it was a little too full for the actual mixer to fit on. And for this, I just went to a brush because the makeup applicator wasn't working good. I tried cleaning the best I could. I wasn't winning the battle. It was just really, really sticking to the silicone. So I joined the battle and I added a white glitter to the waves, and then I just let the rest of the glitter fall where it is. I tried to wipe the bottom, but I'm not going to win this battle. So if she doesn't like it, I'll make her a new one, because now I know that this silicone does not like to let go of the glitter or the mica powder. It was really, I spent 20 minutes cleaning that thing and I couldn't get it all off, so it was frustrating me. So I decided to just join the battle. This one is the 10 ounces for this jar. So I'm going to mix in a decent amount of this mica powder. This one is called Okinawa Blue. And I'm just gonna mix the powder in until I can't. Well, I have a blue stick, so I guess that's not going to be accurate. I was gonna say until I can't see my stick, but I guess we'll just see what we got here. I can grab a wooden stick if I need to. Just get all that powder. I am gonna run these through the vacuum chamber. I've got a ton to mix up though, so I'm just kind of gonna try to hurry. Let me grab a popsicle stick so I can see what the color looks like, and that looks good. I can't see the stick through it. So that's enough powder for that one. I think this heart coaster, let me set this one aside over there waiting. For the heart coaster, I'm going to just dump it in right now, because I don't really need to take the bubbles out of this one. I'm going to just mix in a decent amount of the red wine, which looks really, really pretty under resin. And on here, what I look for is how much glitter to clear, and that looks great for that one. So I am gonna just go ahead and pour this one. Get that settled. And then I've got the clear for the dolphins measured. I just need to mix up my colors for the unicorn. Oh, look at that. Great guess again. Perfect. I can even probably fit the scrapings in there. So for the unicorn, I'm going to do what I did yesterday. Do the colors with the clear so I can get a pretty cool marbling effect. That's my plan anyway. So here's these two. Oh my gosh, my hands are getting so dirty. Sticky, I should say. Okay, blue. This is the pigment from Let's Resin. And it comes in an 18 pack. This is opaque. They're opaque colors. Hopefully it's open. Yep. I'm just going to get a decent amount so I can't see through it. And I am going to use mica for the pink because I would like to get a reaction from them. Plus it's a matte mold. So I want, it's harder. She originally wanted like opal glitter in it, and I told her it wouldn't work because it's a matte mold and you're going to lose the sparkle of the glitter through it. So that's when she changed her mind to this. And then I was questioning, do you want pigments or do you want mica? Because the mica, the pearl of the mica did come through on yesterday's. So that's why I'm doing it on today's, at least half of it with mica. Because I'm afraid if we do it all pigment, it's just going to be a dull pink and blue. I'm hoping that this is going to give it a little bit of shimmer. And you can't really top coat that one with resin or anything. There's way too many curves and hair pieces and a lot of movement on that unicorn. That one looks good. Okay, I'm going to quick get these in the vacuum chamber so we could pour. I'm going to start with the blue, since this one is the deepest. Just get this poured. I'm not going to fill it all the way up under the camera, so I can move it a little bit out of the way so I don't spill it. I'm going to do a little in there and a little in here, and then smush it around a little bit. I think this one, if I remember correctly, took exactly 10, and the dolphins took exactly 8. So hopefully I got it right. And those seashells are gonna get painted when we're done. So I guess it doesn't make a whole lot of a difference about bubbles. I just don't want bubbles ruining the actual seashell itself. I'm gonna just go that high before I move it. This one has a lip underneath. You're gonna wanna get the bubbles out from underneath that lip before you let it cure. So I'm going to do that with, let me see, let's use this. You can kind of see it, but this has a nice thick silicone edge and it's a little hard to see, but if you don't get them, you'll have to fill them with UV resin or something. Hopefully I got them because you can't really tell. Let me wipe that. I'm gonna just move this out of the way a little bit to fill it all the way up. I need a bigger table. Actually, I just need to do less projects in one day, which I'm going to. I'm gonna get back to normal here. I'm just trying to, like I said, get a bunch of people are waiting and I don't want them to have to wait like 3 or 4 weeks for me to finish their orders. So I'm just gonna finish filling up these boxes over here. I'm sorry if you can't see. And then this one here. I'll do the dolphin next because I want to pay more attention to that unicorn. And the dolphin's got a deeper amount of resin sitting here waiting for me. All right, so I'm going to I'll just spray this with alcohol, pop the bubbles instead of getting a long neck lighter out. For the dolphin, I am just going to pour this clear in, and I'm gonna do it in levels. I didn't put any crushed crystal in. Should I put crushed crystal in? I think there's plenty in there, so I'm just going to pour this in slowly. I've got my heat gun out to kind of pop bubbles if I need to, layer by layer. I don't see any yet. And it may even be hard to see with the glitter that's already in here. And I need a stick. I still don't see any bubbles forming, so maybe I'm safe. And she gave me free reign over this, but I don't know how much free reign she really means. Because she liked the one that I did. In fact, everybody that ordered it wanted it exactly like I did it the first time on the video, which is why I didn't bring you back to watch any of those, because they wanted them all exactly the same as I had it. So since this one is a little bit different, I thought I'd bring you back because it is a really pretty mold. Don't forget, you get 20% off with my code, so make sure you guys are using the codes. I think that's going to be good. I don't like to come up over that ledge too much because I'm going to have trimming, and I think I'm going to might go around this one, or I might outline it again. Not quite sure. Let me see if I can move things around. Let's work on this one now. This one needs a good dose because this one's got so many nooks and crannies. And again, I'm going to start, let me grab my other resins I moved out of the way. I'm going to start with clear, like I did the last time, just a tiny little bit. I think I'm going to smush it more than I did. I don't even know that I did the last time, but I'm not too sure how this is going to work. And I'm just going to stack them the way I did before. The blue and the pink and the clear. And maybe squash as I go. I really don't want all those bubbles in the hair. And I'm really hoping we get both colors. See, this is a split mold, so it's hard to squash without opening up that split. Clear. blue, and I like to end with clear. Pink. Whoops. Almost spilled it. And we'll get some reaction out of that. Let me just end. I'm going to put some blue in there just for the bottom. And doming this one yesterday didn't do me any favors because I did have some cleanup on those hooves. So I think I'm going to take some of this out. And I do have a bunch extra. So I will put it into something. Oh, I got plenty extra too. Maybe I'll just pour it all into one thing and see what we get. I'll surprise you. Let's do the little hippo. Same way. Because if it comes out cool, I want you to see how it worked. So let's, instead of starting with clear, let's start with blue. Let's just pour them both in. And then some clear. I might have to finish off with this other. I don't know if I have enough. So I might actually fill in some of this blue as well, because I think I need to use it. And then we'll do some pink. Some blue. Some clear. Oh gosh, I hope I have enough now. I think this thing holds 2 ounces, and I don't know. I honestly don't know how much I had left. I'm just gonna use it all up. That one. Let's do the pink. Got no clue what this one's gonna look like. Watch, it'll probably be the coolest one of the day. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh, look, I'm gonna have enough. Okay, let me get the clear out. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna scrape the rest of these into my extra that I give away and see you on demold. Hey guys, I just caught the gator out. So while it's curing, you wanna look at them? Actually, I have 2 right now. One right there. And the other one right there across the pond. It's been a long time since we've had a couple in here. They don't hurt nobody. We all keep our distance. Don't worry, my dogs are safe. Time to unmold, and I think this time I'm gonna unmold one and finish it, and then unmold the next one and finish it. So we're gonna do it that way instead of doing unmolding all at once. So this is, oh, that one kind of stained, and the red kind of does stain. Oh, look at that. There's some kind of something in there from the last thing, I guess. Let me see if I can get it off. There we go. So this one, I'm just gonna take the acrylic paint, squirt it on, and squish it around and let it dry. And once this is dry, we will top coat both of them at the same time, because I still have to top coat the other one from yesterday. Look at that, it makes the red pop. Super easy to fill. If you didn't know how to fill intricate molds, this is the best way that I've ever found to do it. That tree is a little bit deeper than everything else. And then once it's done, you'll clean off the top. Once it's dry, you'll clean off the top with acetone. That's what I use. And then top coat it to seal it all in there. Let me just try to save some of this paint. And then I'm just going to go over it one more time. Making sure everything's full. That one bird there. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside, clean this off, and grab the next one. We'll do the hippo next. This was like a dirty pour. Let's see how he looks. He's not too bad. He's super cool. Pink and blue. So I hope that the unicorn comes out pretty good. Oh, this one had the tealish color in there as well. So let's finish this one up. I'm going to grab a black marker for the eyes. But before that, I'm going to just trim up the bottom. It's still a little bit soft, so maybe I should wait. It trims much better when it's completely cooled down. Yeah, I think I should wait. So, and look at this, you guys. I don't see any micro bubbles, which is amazing because it was the last pour. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's do his eyes in black. He's just got little tiny eyes. So I can't really do eyelashes or anything on this mold. I'm just gonna fill them in. There is a little bubble on his eye, but you can't tell once you color it in. It goes completely away. And then this one's got a little bubble up underneath his eye. But again, you can't tell when you color it in. I think I'll draw some eyelashes on her. Those are kind of big. I usually try to do them thinner, but this marker's a little too thick. I'm gonna wipe those off and start all over again with that. They're quite large. It looks like she's got a black eye. Hang on, I needed my alcohol. Let's get that off. And my paper towel. I have to go get my thinner marker. I think it was Sharpie is my thinnest point. Come on, you're gonna come off of there. There we go. I'll let that dry. Let me grab the Sharpie. I'll put it in the mouth. I can't believe there's not one bubble in this. That's amazing. Okay, let's try this again. That's better. Much better. All right. Let's see. What do I want to do with her? I'm going to, I wish I could trim it right now. Let me try to clip it. It doesn't rip when you're clipping it and it's warm. I just didn't want to clip it after rhinestones were added to the toenails. That's why I'm trying to do it now. Okay. I'm going to pick some rhinestones for her, and we'll see what else I can find. Before I put the rhinestones on, I'm going to put the bow and the flower on her back. So before I do this, I'm just going to get this ready. I'm just using the bonding resin. Hopefully it holds better than the other resin. Sometimes this stuff will pop off, and then it'll have to be glued on with something else. But this does cure through this, believe it or not. E6000 works too. I just lift it up and cure it. Honestly, I think, I don't know, E6000. This stuff is shiny. It's hard to have things stick to it forever. So that seems to be cured. And then let's do the little flower to it. Not sure that that's going to work. Probably should use glue. Yeah, that's not going to work. It's soaked right into there. So I'm going to do that last because I'll just keep bumping it off. So I found these pink rhinestones I think I'm going to use. I'm going to put them in her ears and on her toes and her nose. But I'm not going to make you suffer through that. So I will go ahead and fast forward this. And I'm just going to use my liquid fusion glue and get it all done. Okay, she's done. I don't want to mess her up, so here she is. I just put the rhinestones around the ear today. I didn't go inside the ear. Gave her her toenails, her nose rings. I stuck a little butterfly that matches on her nose. And then I did E6000 that flower on. So that one is finished. We'll set her aside and grab the next one. Let's do the unicorn next, since we're on the character train right now. I hope she looks as cute as the hippo. Come on out, baby. There she is. Yes, we got blue and we got pink. And it's kind of shimmery underneath that matte mold, so it would probably be better if it wasn't a matte mold, but it still looks pretty good. We're gonna trim off the bottom. Now she does have holes in her hair again. I don't think there's any way around it. I really don't. So I might just dress up her hair with some rhinestones. I think she wants a bow on the back of her hair. We're gonna give her a little face. And let's see. I think I'm going to do silver paint pen again. I like that with these colors. Just to highlight the hair, or maybe, I don't know, let me see what colors I do have. There's a little bit of clear in there too, so that's pretty cool. Let me go see what I have. I think I'm gonna highlight with blue and pink instead. Let's see what it looks like. I could always go over it. Maybe highlight the pink with some blue. And then put a few rhinestones on. This is metallic marker too, so it'll give it a little bit of shimmer shine. I think she's done. I did a lot. This one took a while. So I did her horn in silver, painted her eyes on, obviously did all her fur. I did trim out her ears in blue. I just need to put the whites in her eyes. And I painted the feet pink. And then the bow on the hair like she wanted. And I put a whole bunch of rhinestones because I was covering up some bubbles, so I might as well have just did all of it. So that's what I did. So I think it's really super pretty. She is one classy little unicorn. So I just need to put the whites in her eyes and she can go aside. Let me find my white pen. What did I do with it? I'm just gonna stick a little tiny dot right there. And she is finished. I'll get you guys some close-up pictures at the end so you can see more detail. Let's do this one next. It's the next easiest, I think. And I'm not sure what needs to be done, if anything. So that glitter almost looks like bubbles, but it's glitter. It's definitely glitter. Let me see what the mold looks like. It all came out of the mold, thank God. Because I know I didn't see any bubbles in that mold. I'm going to see what I can do with this white. Because if you look at it from an angle, the glitter shines, but if you look at it straight on, it kind of looks like bubbles. Let's see if we can paint these bubbles in. I don't know if I want to coat the dolphins in black or if I want to leave them. I'm not sure. Did I miss any? Yes, right here. I think I want to top coat this. It's got a lip around the edge. I think I'm going to, why do those look like bubbles? But they're not, they're glitter, I think. I don't know. Can't tell what that is. It could be bubbles. I can't really tell. I'm thinking I want to leave the dolphins. I don't think I'm going to fill them in from the back because they would get really, really bright, and I really don't want a bright dolphin for her. So I think I'm going to coat this, top coat this. I'll have to prop it up because it is not an even surface on the back. Can you see the glitter in there? See what I'm talking about? I don't know. I think I'll top coat it, and I think I will put some crushed crystal in the top coat, just so there's no confusion on what we're looking at. But even if they are bubbles, it's underwater sea life, so it doesn't really bother me a lot, although I don't like bubbles, but I can't tell because it's right around, I don't know. All right, let's move on. I'm going to top coat that one last because I don't want it sitting here while I'm finishing the last jar. So let's get this one out. Oh, look at that. No bubbles underneath that. Ready? Look at the blue. Gorgeous. Now it's going to take me like an hour to fill this one in. So let's get them both out so I can fill all these seashells in at the same time. Ooh. Really cool. Look at the inside. And the outside is sparkling. Okay, let me come up with a plan for the coloring. Obviously, this is going to be in a fast forward because this takes a very long time, and then we'll top coat that. Here's the box. This one's done. What do you think of the colors? She said she liked corals and blues, so I tried to stick with those, but I only had so many, so I did have to put a few purples and golds and things in there. And I didn't do anything on the inside just in case she wants to use it for something. And the jar lid fits pretty good. I did trim the edge and I trimmed the bottom edge. So that is all completed. Now for the dolphin, I did an experiment with black acrylic paint. And I painted the backs of the dolphins to see if I liked it. And what do you think? I like it. So I don't think that it's necessary honestly to fill it with black resin because this should not come off. It's painted, it's going to dry. So I think all I'm going to do is top coat this with some crushed crystal in there. But I'm going to wait for my coasters to completely dry. So I will top coat these three things together. So I only have to do it in one shot. So I'll clean them off and top coat them together. And this will be done. What do you think? I think it's pretty. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. The coasters are dry, so I'm going to go ahead and top coat this. I mixed up 3 ounces of tabletop resin and I added the crushed crystal in there. I'm going to do this first. I'm hoping it's level because it's not a level piece. I don't know. I think this side has to come up. Now that I have it on here, I couldn't tell from looking at it from the side, so I might have to prop it up here in a minute. I did use a nail file on the sides already, just to get the sharp edge off, because I didn't want to do it after the fact. So I'm hoping doming it right now is going to do the trick to get rid of that sharp edge. And then I'm just going to torch it to get all these bubbles out. Now I always hand mix my tabletop resin. Let me put something under this side because I'm pretty sure it needs to be there. Grab my torch. And I really don't want to set this on fire. Be very careful with your torches, you guys. Yeah, it needs to go up a little bit. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I really wanted to move it out of the way so I could do the coasters for you, but I don't know if you can see this coaster or not. I'm going to try to zoom in for you. The next day, and before I tell you what happened, I'll show you the extras from the tabletop resin. So I took the clear and I mixed some blue in, and I got the crackle effect on this. I just put the clear in the mold first and then poured the blue on top and then a little bit of clear. I'm loving this in everything now, so you might be seeing this for a while till I get tired of it. So I just added this little sticker with the E6000. It's a 3D kind of thing. I don't know if you can see it. I picked those up at Hobby Lobby. Put a little charm on, and that was one of them. And then the other, I did the exact same thing in my flower mold, and I got this beautiful effect. So I will never make a flower the same again if I have clear resin available. So those were the only good news this morning when I woke up, and I was like, you know what? I bet a lot of resin artists wouldn't even tell these people what would happen. But I'm going to tell you what happened because it was a disaster, and I almost had to redo it, but I fixed it. When I woke up, this was not level last night, and I did this at like midnight, and I'm getting sick. Obviously, you can tell from my voice. Actually, I don't feel sick. I'm just losing my voice. So I went to bed, got up this morning, and it had dripped over the edge because I guess it was leaning. So I had all this resin stuck to the back, stuck to the edge, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to redo this. I don't want to redo this. So I was like, how can I fix this? So I took my knife, I scraped as much of the resin off, and it kind of went to here, and it covered this fin, and it was like up here and like all the way down here. So I had all this huge piece of resin that was kind of adhered to that resin. So I scraped as much as I could scrape off. Then I took a sanding block, this 80 grit sanding block, and I sanded it and sanded it and sanded it on the back here until I got down to the real resin and through that tabletop, because otherwise you would have seen it. And then after I finally got down to the first resin, I went back and I coated this whole back with UV resin. Plus, it sealed in all the paint that we did without having to fill that up. So this whole thing has been coated. It's sealed. It's done. You can't even tell that it dripped over. Thank God. I got a little bit of silver on there. So I put silver around the edge here. I guess it's not dry yet, so I'll re-go over that before I give this away. Well, this is going to Shelly, so I'll wipe that off. But I just put the silver paint pen around the edge. So that is finally done. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know that I would ever do the dolphins that way again. I think it was much easier to fill them in after the fact if you want them filled in. Otherwise, just pour it in a color and don't do anything. So there's a lot of options with this one. Just don't do what I did and make sure it is level. I need to get myself a tiny little level. I don't know if Don has one or not. He probably does. Something small that I could put on my project before I walk away, because had I known it wasn't level, I would have never put that top coat on, and I never will again before I do that again. So that is the drama of the day. I hope you learned something. Don't trash it. Think about it, even if it takes you a few days. So I thought about it all day at work, and I'm like, okay, that's how I'm going to fix it. Anyway, these two didn't drip. They came out great. No problems at all. I just cut some cork pieces. They were round. I just traced them, cut them, put them on the backs of all 4 of them. So these are ready for her to go. So there is one in each color, all colors of Valentine's Day. And all these are finished. I will get you some final pictures. Thanks, guys. I know it was a long video. Thank you for sticking around with me. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.